Hello, dear friends. Father Daniel here with another edition of Sabbath Reflections on now this 17th Sunday of Ordinary Time. Dear friends, let me ask you a question. How are your appraisal skills? Would you know the difference between real or fake gold or silver? Would you be able to tell the difference, identify the important markings that would show veracity to a real ancient document or a forgery? How would you know? Value can be a difficult thing to assign in many cases, and probably the issue even more so complicated by the fact that many of us have different ways of valuing things. Friends, in today's gospel, our Lord compares our friendship with Him and our immersion into the relationship with His Father and the church as a pearl of great price. That is Jesus, who is the incarnate Word, the true authority on value of everything, reminds us today that everything we have is worth sacrificing for that relationship with Him. But dear friends, I don't often see this as a minister. I don't see it at all. And unfortunately, sometimes those who use these holy things or toss them aside in order to place value on other things in their life, putting God in a relationship with Him and His holy church in second place, or even worse, not even in the top 5. I find that many of these people are the usual culprits: God's faithful and the clergy. All too often, friends, it can be so easy for us who are used to having these immense gifts to treat them as less than. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm no exception. Father Daniel is not at all the holy person that God has intended, but I'd like to think that I and all of us should be striving at it and could strive more. Dear friends, from every time we hear of a person who decides to avoid the beautiful encounter with God in the Sunday Eucharist because they're on vacation, or the cleric who decides to either ignore or altogether forego his moral compass because he wants to sacrifice these things to the altar of the God of his career. From the minute sort of infractions of rejecting the immense gift that is God's truth and love, to the most gross sort of heinous acts in where we totally toss Him aside. In each case, friends, we're taking something so expensive as to be worth the blood of the Son of God and throwing it aside. And we can't do that, friends. We can't do that at all. If Jesus sees these projects as so expensive so as to give up His own life, so at least we can do during our earthly life is to give value to what God has given us, even when it's ignored, even when others seem to place value on so many other things and be concerned thus with so many other things. You see, friends, it's high time that we realize the expensive journey of self-sacrifice toward God is indeed worth the reward. And anything less, we will find underwhelming, where the buyer's remorse is nothing less than tragic. God bless you, dear friends. And I hope that we can take time this week in order to place God first in our lives, to make Him a priority as He has made us, nothing less than the greatest priority. God bless you all. Have a wonderful week, and please stay safe.